I want to thank Tradepass for yet another opportunity to come and speak at these great experiences. I'll be looking at how to push boundaries for financial inclusion and integration. I'm looking for that digital device. Okay.
Oh, you're looking for, I think you can check it there.
Got it.
Wonderful.
Okay. So, the last speaker, Mr. Kiru, that was very interesting and informative because it is true. I work for a bank and we've realized we have to partner with fintechs because there's something they're adding to the table. And these partnerships will continue. Be sure. So, I thought this is important that I bring out the elements of financial exclusion and inclusion before I go into my slides. Exclusion. Most people talk of inclusion, but exclusion is where we think we are seeing the barriers. We want people to be part of our financial systems, but there are some constraints. So what do? Do we just apply the opposite of exclusion so that we put inclusion into play? What do? So I'll be sharing with you. I'll be asking questions, and the answers will be in the questions. Is that okay? When you look at financial exclusion, we are saying there are barriers to reasonable and affordable access to financial services. Some of these barriers could be someone doesn't know there's been a bank or banking exists. There could be high taxes, or somebody just doesn't have the right documentation to access finance. Now, inclusion is the opposite. We are saying you're going to have access to useful and affordable financial products and services. But there's a difference. When you look at inclusion, we are looking at financial sector that provides financial services sustainably and responsibly to all socio-economic classes. That is where you get inclusion. Now, follow my thought process. This is Africa. I saw Kiru's PowerPoint. He's talking of 1.2 billion Africans. I was looking at, there's a website that actually counts Africans in real time. But yesterday, when I was making this PowerPoint, we were 1.41 billion. So I did mathematics. Again, there's another site that will tell you how many Africans are actually banked, adult Africans. 456 million as at yesterday have a form of bank account, whether it's brick and mortar bank account or mobile bank account. 456 million. So those who have calculators, I can see you, you're doing the maths. I came to 32% are banked, okay? 68% are unbanked. I believe this is the jackpot. This is where we need to leverage our focus. But now, we ask ourselves, how do we push the boundary? How do we push the boundary for financial inclusion? I want you guys to take a moment and think of the last, any item. Think of anything that your mobile platform cannot achieve. There's also a present. I'll give you a present. Tell me something that your mobile platform cannot achieve. An example of the things that a mobile can achieve is banking, of course, obviously. You can do banking through your phone. But what is this one thing your mobile phone cannot achieve? This is a challenge. I've been asking this question many times. Real cash? But what do you want to achieve to make a payment, right? Okay. Good. I think I've won that challenge. So your mobile phone can do basically anything. I've challenged you. See, now I won that one. So you have to flow with me. You don't have to go to the gym because there are apps that can show you how to do your fitness tests and your wellness will be achieved. You don't have to go to a restaurant. There's Uber Eats. Government services, they're all on your phone right now. Basically, I'm speaking about Kenya. When you look at the cinema, who still goes to the cinema? No one. We killed the romance, eh? Okay, there are two ladies there. Okay? Anything you want to study, guys, trust me, you can do it on your phone. What are we saying here? We're in the digital revolution. And the digital revolution is being powered by the mobile revolution. The last conference I was posed a question about if you left your house and you forgot your wallet or your phone, which one would you come back for? You'll come back for your phone, right? So the mobile revolution is powering the digital revolution. Now, statistics from Backbase are showing us that there's going to be an increase in mobile phone uptake, SIM card uptake in the next 2 years. As you think you have phones now, the numbers are growing, okay? And according to the GSMA, the mobile market in sub-Saharan Africa is growing faster than any other region of the world, with 50% growth. And they are saying that mobile technology is now the most important industry for delivering greater inclusion. So if you're a bank, an insurance company, financial institution, you must leverage on the mobile. You have no option. True? Okay, that was a question. Now, move with me quickly. Many of the insurance companies, banks, financial institutions, they basically have some core banking system or core system that manages their customer needs, transactions, and everything that is relevant for the business. But the main things they're looking at is, if you're a business, of course, your main objective is profit maximization. And if you're a shareholder, you want to make money from the dividends, right? You want your business to grow. So you're looking at cost. You want a system that will be cost effective, easy to maintain. You will not have to get a lot of expertise externally. You also want reliability in your system. You want a system that is stable, that will always be there for your customer. As a business, you also want scalability. You don't want to be tied to the system that you have. When things are changing, you need to be able to change with them. That's what we call scalability, horizontal and vertical. And finally, some great ideas have died in the boardroom because of time to market. So as a business, what do you want? When the idea comes and you think it's feasible, you want to go to the market as quickly as possible. Time to market. These are the main reasons or thought processes that you should have in your head when you're looking at a system that is going to manage your business. Now, I'll come back to this slide because this is where I want to spend some time. Now, how does Africa stop crawling and move into the future? How? That is the question. How do you achieve these objectives? Now we're looking at the how, okay? To be future ready, there are some things you have to do. First of all, you look at how. Which methodology are you using? Now when you look at most of the banks, as alluded by my friend Kiru, they are slow. But this slowness is coming from the methodology they are using. We've moved to agile mindset, where we are saying we need to move fast. Agile does not mean shortcuts. I've seen many organizations that say we are agile, but they're using agile as a way of doing shortcuts. And when you take products to the market, half-baked products, you're going to have backlash from your customers. Agile is a fully fledged process or mindset or concept that's going to enable you move fast to the market. Those guys who are using waterfall probably is because the environment that they are in does not allow. But if you want to be future ready, if you want to push the boundaries, you need to go with the agile methodology. The second question we ask, the what. What is the technology? What is the technology that you want to apply? Do you want to go with the monoliths, which are actually what most of the traditional banks use? Now, these are systems that come as a package. It's one big giant system, and everything else goes through it. Or do you go with the microservices, which give you scalability that we talked about? Okay? Do you want to go with a system that is going to tie you to one vendor? Or do you want to be open to partner with guys like Kiru who can get you the young boys who have done a different programming language that can talk to your system and you move fast to market? Those are the questions you need to ask yourself. So the monoliths will slow you down. I think that was made very clear. You want to move fast? You go with the microservices. They fail fast. They also recover fast. Lastly, where do you want to put your technology? Where will your technology sit? Do you want it on the premise? Do you want it on the cloud? Do you want it as a hybrid, to sit on a hybrid environment? So the ecosystem that you play with, again, matters a lot. It still talks into these advantages, or these are the things that we're looking for, the considerations. Sitting on a cloud environment gives you some leverage, some leeway, flexibility. You're able to scale up and down. If you are having a system that is normally very busy at end month, why do you need to have resources sitting idle from 1st to 28th? And then customers now, when they're busy with your system for 2 days, that's when your resources, the actual resources, are being used. Or do we find a system that actually auto-scales when the need is there, and you're able to go back to the specifications or requirements that are required for your business on a normal basis? So you'll get a lot of flexibility on the cloud. Some organizations, like where I work, we've already started the journey. We have hybrid environment, but it's a journey because at the end of the day, going to the cloud is a question of when, not if. We are all going there. I know CIOs and CEOs are resisting that urge because banks were always risk averse, but it's coming. Any proper CIO or CTO knows it's coming. So you need to start putting in the building blocks to get you there. There's the concern of security on the cloud. I've seen a lot of research that actually says the cloud is more safer than on your premises. Your servers are more safer on the cloud. You agree? Question for you guys. So, to conclude, you want to push the boundaries for your mobile, for a full suite mobile experience, you have to leverage on the mobile phone, number one. Look at the technology you're using. Look at the methodology that you're applying. Because we are going into a world where mobiles are what determines how we work. Kiru alluded to the fact that there's a lot of social media engagement that triggers you to use your technology. Yes, banks are already leveraging on apps that are speaking to the youth, for example. I know of NCBA Loop, which is actually like a social media app. And it does a lot of the social media, it has a lot of the social media functionalities. Number two, banks, most banks have created, have hived off, can I call it like another business that does fintech? Am I making sense? Most banks will have a side business that is fintech related. This is a show that we are actually aware of the fintech need in the market, the impact and the benefits. You'll always find the bank is there, but there's a fintech side. Most banks, most of the major banks, if I may say. The other day, M-Pesa went into operability. So if you're on Telcom, Airtel, you'll be able to send, to make payments through the paybill tills, through the tills, which is another way of saying financial inclusion is coming. Those guys on Telcom who could not do that payment, they've been onboarded. There are so many things that are coming in. We're looking at digital currencies. Central Bank is looking at introducing it. I know it's already gone live in Nigeria. So that is the kind of expectation we're looking at in Africa. So thank you very much for being a very attentive audience. I want to see if we have any questions. He was a good speaker. Super MC, any questions?
Do we have, I can see 2 hands. Are they 2? Or is it the color of the wall?
Mr. Kiru wants to speak to me.
You have one? Yeah. Let's, Mr. Kiru, thank you so much. I'll give you the first chance. How many more questions? 1? The other was? 2. So 1, 2. Only those ones, yeah?
That's okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's give him a mic. Media. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Makale. And really, really impressed by the digital transformation happening at INM and led by you. Just a quick question. What, the B in the middle stands for Bitcoin. What do you think of cryptocurrency, and what are the banks doing are they threatened? Do they want to adopt it? How do you feel about that?
Okay, good question. Are we threatened? Do I wait for the next question or I go? Okay. So
let's just get the next question and then you'll answer them together. Right. Yes. Kindly let's rush with the microphone there. Him.
Hello, Benson. That was really impressive. So I have a real quick question. Having in mind that we are moving towards the 4th industrial revolution, and we are moving towards Web3. How do you say the banking sector is prepared, or the readiness towards the Web3, where it includes the cryptocurrencies that you've mentioned, NFTs and all that?
Good. I see like your question is related to what Kiri is asking. So, unfortunately for banks, we are regulated. Central bank regulates banks. So, but there's conversation. I'm sure you guys know of the consideration by central bank to introduce the digital currency. There is a concern about the digital currencies that are not regulated. That's a fact. I have a friend who lost almost $2,000 because I think the company that he had invested in just closed shop, and he has no faces or names to go to. So the banks in Kenya will adopt these digital currencies within the central bank framework that will come out. So we are not threatened at all. This is an opportunity again for financial inclusion. This is an opportunity which we want to leverage on, but because we are regulated, we must play by the rules. For fintechs, I know a lot who have gone already. They're on the highway. They're on the highway going somewhere. But in Kenya right now, we have to wait for central bank to give us direction. It is an ongoing conversation, and it's going to happen soon. Like I said, Nigeria they're already there. I don't know how they beat us. I'm even concerned why they beat us. No problem. I'm sorry to the Nigerians in the house. Any other questions? All right. Buona Super MC.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's appreciate them both.